What's good, Sleuth Army? And welcome to more terrifying encounters with Pinky. And welcome to the next stop for the hype train.
Choo choo!
An energetic one. So,
Choo
this...
choo 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 choo.
There goes that copyright strike.
Not for that, it was so bad they won't know what that was.
So,
Choo 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 choo.
we're going to Harry Potter.
They got that, they knew that.
And today we are going to be looking at the top 22 things to do in Harry Potter
World.
at Universal Studios Orlando. And it's by
Alex
TV. By Alex TV. So if you enjoyed the video, then go check him out.
Do.
And let's see what he recommends. See whether we can think of any extra goodies when Pinky puts her headset on the right way around. So when we go back, the Hogwarts Express doesn't make that noise. Doesn't do that tune. I remember looking in this shop because I thought the animatronic owls were really cool, and they had a really awesome Hedwig plush.
That would have been loud. I would apologise, but I'm not going to. I am triggered by Hedwig.
Yeah, because you tried to use...
Because I thought he was magical.
Hedwig in a game, in like a card game, where it was like Super
Cards
Fight.
Against... sorry, Super Fight.
It was a game like that, and you tried to use Hedwig, thinking that...
I thought it was magical.
Thinking that she could teleport, and
I thought it was a magic owl.
Nope, just an owl.
I
And
was
it
so
did you over.
disappointed, and just another reason why I don't like Harry Potter. Non-magical owls.
Are you blaming J.K. Rowling for that?
Yeah.
Not making it a non-magical owl?
Because it should. I mean, it's an owl, and it's in.
Yeah, it is an owl.
It deals with like wizards and that. Why wouldn't it have picked up some
No.
wizardy magic? Anyway,
Can it use a wand?
I didn't know you could mail a.
No, but that would be... I remember going in there, but I don't particularly remember seeing people doing that. But it might be in like a separate section if you've got to write the letter or anything like that. But that could be pretty cool if you've got, you know someone that is going to recognise.
I could just send it to yourself.
You could, and then it'd be there when you get back. You could just keep it preserved.
If you were like
a super
if
mega...
you were like us and had no friends.
I was trying to think of someone I could have sent it to. Then I realised they'd be with me.
So we would just send it to ourselves. Well, I wouldn't because I don't care.
You'd send it to me.
I'd send it to you.
And I'd send it to me.
Yeah, so you'd have two.
Yeah.
There we go.
But if you know someone, it could be really cool.
Cute, yeah. Pausing it there because we have a video of this that TJ filmed, if I remember rightly, and Megan, and the amount of time
just stood looking at it, waiting for it to do it.
Waiting for it to do it is insane.
It is cool, but I mean that was like Calm, the Monster Book of Monsters. It's just on a timer. It's just an animatronic.
Yeah, it is.
So
You can't calm
you can't
it
do
unless you
anything
can
with
do something with the
No,
wand.
because I had one.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I wouldn't necessarily have put that on the list on its own. I would have put it in with just a general, make sure you check out the shop displays, because in the windows there's a lot of things like that are all animatronic and moving.
Yeah, or like hologram type things. There's the notes that they get, the telling off thing.
Yeah, the howler.
Yeah, there is one of those that like kind of forms. It's like a hologram or
yeah,
a projection
and then
or
like
something.
it'll read bits out and then
it like
tear
yells
itself up.
and then tears itself up, which is pretty
And there's
cool.
things where there's
that's
like
just in shop window, so it is worth definitely having a proper look around. 'Cause
sewing things that like sewing needles
Yeah.
that are knitting things, or pans that are scrubbing themselves and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I did appreciate of this whole world, was just how much detail they've gone
Yeah,
into.
the immersion
Everywhere you look, there is nothing that is going to pull you out of your immersion there, other than the other guests, obviously. If they weren't there, if you could pay, if you could pay to go
and have it on your own,
and have it on your own and make whoever you're with be like, you will dress in a
I have paid actors literally walking around like they are from it, then you couldn't find the environment to break you out of that, because it is done so carefully and with so much thought and passion put into it. And just look at the display. So, first off, again, I want to praise the attention to detail. The range of stuff on offer in Honeydukes is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even things that you may have seen literally for a split frame in the film, they have designed it and made it a real confectionery for you to buy. And I love the chocolate frogs. From there, I recently found a place over here that does sell the chocolate frogs, because I got you a chocolate frog, and they are very, very tasty. But just you're walking and it's all the smells and everything of the sweets, and everything looks as it should.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've entered a shop, but it doesn't feel like, oh, you've just entered a shop off the high street. You still feel like you've entered a shop in Hogsmeade.
Yeah, so even though you're buying something, or potentially buying something, it hasn't.
Yeah, it feels like
immersion.
you're just doing it like you would, if you went to the Honeydukes in that world.
I'm assuming this is going to be the creepy person at the window.
Creature. There he is. And that, again, the little details they didn't have to include, and it wouldn't have really changed it, but the fact they included it was really nice to see.
Did you climb in Hagrid's?
I didn't climb in it.
Oh, on it.
But yeah, it's next to Gringotts Bank. It's like directly opposite Florian Fortescue's ice cream parlour.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's stuff like that where it's nice to see something that looks like it could have been the prop they used. Like they've gone, oh well, we've got this from the set. And it's like, oh well, it could be that Hagrid was there and that was his bike. And I think it's nice to have the little things like that out in the open, so you're not necessarily always having to go into the shops to see things and do things. Even the little things like that. It just gives you that little experience to do and that photo opportunity. because I had just bought a pumpkin juice and was still recovering from how grim that was.
That doesn't look a bit impressive,
No.
as it does when you're actually there. There we go, that's a bit better.
And the audio is a little bit muffled in this, but it does roar. You can hear it roaring before, and that's like your notification of come outside and look at the dragon.
Again, we have footage of this, that if we do a...
If we do a compilation, then you will probably see it, and you'll hear the actual roars, because it's not just like it spits out a little bit of flame just randomly. You know, it does. You can hear it roaring, and then you know it sprays out flame. And our footage was kind of perfect because there was a cloud just behind their head by the mouth, so it looked like yeah. I remember this. Why was he shaking his key? The animatronics are pretty exceptional.
Yes.
Name, please. You
Like-
may refer to me simply as Sir.
Like for queuing for the ride as well. You kind of wish you were in there a little bit longer for all the animatronic goblins and stuff that are there. I remember seeing this and I was kind of being a bit more, because obviously I was a lot younger, I was kind of being a bit more careful with how I was spending. But I had made a mental note that I was probably going to do that this time.
Refer to me simply as Sir. I see many of you are carrying wands. I expect you've paid a visit to Ollivanders, have you? Thank you. Do not dawdle. We value efficiency here.
She was having none of it.
I know, she
was
just
like,
like,
I'm not a fan of this.
I didn't actually see that.
So, you stood in front of Gringotts.
Mm-hmm.
The entrance to escape from Gringotts is like you go round out the side of the bank, and there's like the statue of a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
On the right hand side, the first corner shop is that.
Oh.
Is that shop, and but it is quite small.
Right.
It's not like flashy, like or brightly coloured. But yeah, the animatronics are awesome. Frog chorus.
Oh! I remember this.
Well,
Not see that.
they actually do the Tales of Beedle the Bard as well, which I've seen footage of recently, and it actually looks pretty awesome, the puppetry. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. Do enjoy your time in Hogsmeade. Come on in for Ravenclaw. We're all set for you.
That was the fellas from Durmstrang and the ladies of Beaubaton. We have video footage of the frog chorus, and I don't know why. We didn't even watch it. I don't know how we got that footage, because I don't remember watching it.
I don't think we did. I think whoever's recording it was just stood there for a ridiculously long time.
Again,
Recording something that we just skipped by.
we said this in one of our previous videos about Animal
or
Kingdom.
future videos.
Or future, depending on how we shuffle the order. Probably don't bother. When you're watching your holiday footage back, you probably will not sit through the 7.5 minutes of frog chorus. So just save your memory space and your time.
Watch it with your eyeballs.
Yeah, just enjoy it while you're there.
Yeah.
A similar situation to
I'm assuming that's down the horrible alley.
Nocturne Alley.
Yeah.
A similar situation though to the book. You don't actually speak to
Yeah.
Nagini
yeah.
Parseltongue. She's just an animatronic in the window. But again, you know, the whole... It's not just like her head moves a little bit. You know, her tongue flicks out, she blinks, you know, she coils and uncoils slightly from the branch she's on, and it's just all the effort for even one display, you know, that they've gone to make sure that you can look at that and go, oh, I'm looking at, you know, this snake that I've seen so much in the films. Definitely the most incredible shop there. The level of details of the individual boxes stacked on the shelves, all the floors up, where you can't even access, it's staff only for most of it, and then some of it isn't even accessible. Like, you can clearly see that they went, we need to, because it's the first shop you see, they were like, we need to wow people with this. Like, this needs to contrast how it feels to be in the rest of the alley. Like the shops, you know, the kind of traditional, you know, a little bit dark and gloomy, and then there's the bright contrast of Weasley's Wizard and Wheezes, and I think they nailed it. Again, though, the range of products on display and for purchase, you know, there's, you know, probably 50 plus products, some of which might have only even been mentioned in the books, and they've gone, well, we're going to bring it to life. You know, we're going to give you that opportunity. Madam Marcus. Yeah, and spend an arm and a leg. We did it to the same quality for cheaper. Gilderoy Lockhart. So that was Hermione's like ballroom gown. Replicas of that can cost a few grand. Yeah, like the replicas of the like earrings she wore and things for that scene are like 700 quid. I don't know why, but the clothes are the most expensive thing.
Absolutely.
To get a robe when we went was like $130.
Yeah.
To get a relatively thin robe, it was like $130. It was.
We ended up getting one for my drive, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a blank robe for my drive, and we bought an iron-on patch from here, and it's awesome quality. It's still in as good a quality now as it was. So there are definitely, it's good to go in and have a look round and look at all the replicas of the costumes, but I would say definitely consider all your options. If you're going to purchase a robe, there are alternatives that are just as good a quality.
Yeah, you don't have to spend that amount of money.
You definitely should. And you should opt for the feast. Because holy, when they bring it to the table and there's all these plates of food, it's incredible. It was a lot bigger than that, let me tell you.
Yeah, they haven't got the feast.
Yeah, they have. It was ridiculously expensive for ice cream. It was like $30 for 3 scoops.
Really?
Yeah.
That is
It was
insane.
Absolutely insane, because I was like, oh, you know, it's 4 in 4 scoops, that's cool. We'll get some ice cream, it's a hot day. And then I was like, wow, that is expensive for something I'm going to eat. Like it.
See, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they're clearly overcharging because it's in that area. That's a bit scummy, isn't it?
So I would say maybe go in the shop, have a look round, but give it a miss, probably, unless they've adjusted the prices, which is entirely possible. Pumpkin juice. I don't think I actually tried a butterbeer. Obviously. Actually, I'd have been too young.
I don't think it's actual beer.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think they do a non-alcoholic and an alcoholic version, but I know one of them is definitely an actual beer. I don't think that would be too pleasant though, to be honest. And it'd just make you thirsty if it was the alcoholic one.
And I think, yeah, you were put off by...
I mean, the pumpkin juice was grim.
Yeah, you were not happy.
I suspected it was going to be.
You got it for the
I
bottle,
got it for the bottle, yeah. Because the bottle's a really cool, unique design. But I thought, I might as well try it. And I was like, well, I've tried it. I'm not going to do that again. Made that mistake once.
I've learned from that lesson.
Pick it up right here.
Yeah, definitely an underrated part. The holograms like you were talking about.
Times for her in there? They want her captured. Isn't it an evil place? And they were like, oh, we love her, she's evil.
But I guess it kind of fits the dark theme. Showing the interaction drawings there. I think Nocturne's definitely underrated. Because it's closed in to give it that dark, gloomy vibe, but it's closed in such a tall like passageway that it still feels like you're in an open alley. And they definitely, I would say for the older fans, they definitely sell things that would probably be you would like more, like the Death Eater masks and things like that. Obviously Doc was loving the Death Eater masks, but again, even with like the singing shrunken heads and all that kind of thing, it's, you know, it's tucked away, but it's not forgotten about. You know,
there's
because
still the same level of effort put into it.
Yeah, they talk sometimes they're singing, all that kind of thing, and it hits the aesthetic that it was aiming for perfectly, I would say. And like I say, you can get a lot of cool things there that you can't get anywhere else, that are only sold in their Borgin and Burke's. And if you're looking in the general Diagon Alley, you can't find it, and I think that's a nice touch. Hell yes. The whole vibe, the whole queue is awesome. From entering King's Cross to going through the platform barrier and all that kind of thing. Like that. It's really clever use of like angle trickery. And I seem to remember it being quite efficient, quite quick and efficient to get through it. Like, you were stood around a little, like, obviously there were queues, there was a lot of people trying to do it, but there was always things for you to look at and all that kind of thing.
The good thing is, obviously, so many can get on it at once. So
It does feel like
you
moving.
move a good chunk when you do move. Yes.
I mean, it's definitely a must do.
I agree.
Because whatever you're expecting it to be, if you know nothing about that ride, it is gonna blow you away, and you need to do it both ways.
Because it's different.
From Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade, and from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley, and it could definitely be a highlight of your day or your trip.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm not a Harry Potter fan, but that was still a really, really good. It's just very clever how they've done it. Really, really clever.
Okay, thank you.
Good job, good job.
I mean, one of the things because I collect a lot of like replica Harry Potter stuff, and I do have quite the collection of Harry Potter wands, and one of them is an interactive wand, and you can tell because they have like the little sensor at the end, and they're generally a lot bigger. Like the one I've got is, I think it's about 1.5 foot, but the quality is incredible. They're not, but it feels like the hand. Each one is handmade, and I think it is definitely worth doing to do those interactive moments yourself. Even though you're like, oh, it's just sensor trickery or whatever. It's still really cool to see. You do the movement. It's the little sign showing you or whatever, and then the suit of armor rises up or the water feature goes off, and it helps with that immersion, but it's also kind of a nice interaction to do just while you're wandering through the streets when you're not in a shop or on a ride, because they are just out and about.
I think especially for younger fans as well.
Yeah, they're gonna
maybe
think it's really
not
cool.
Yeah, they
Connect the dots.
Not going to understand that it is just a sensor in the wand that is picking it up, because they're going to be like,
dumbfounded.
oh my god, I am magic.
I am a wizard.
Which obviously is going to be cute to see, like, them get excited about that. So again, just another kind of really cool thing that they've built into that area. Like, just going above and beyond. I mean, obviously it sells, like, they get to sell pricier
Interactive
wands.
Yeah, but so, even so, I think the wands were very reasonable for the quality that they are. Definitely. Even if it's just to see the queue. Probably shows the very last animatronic. So. But there is like, there must be 40 or so goblins. Some of them like counting coins and moving stacks of coins around and weighing scales and all sorts.
And then you go down into the like vault.
Yeah, into the like depths.
Yeah.
To actually get on the ride. It was well thought out of going, how can we show the inside of Gringotts and really blow people away and have something interactive at the end of it. They kind of got two birds with one stone. An awesome walkthrough that was also a queue to make it not seem like you're queuing.
Kind of confused because there's like this video is 20 minutes long. We've only done 12 minutes and we're on number 2. Interesting.
Honourable mentions for 8 minutes. If you're motion sick, don't
go on this.
Do the walkthrough of the castle, and definitely check out the shops. It's one of the best ones, Filched Emporiums. It sells a bit of everything. But I would definitely say
skip it.
If you get motion sick,
skip.
But you definitely do the castle walkthrough.
Not necessarily invalid.
This here, my friends.
Excellent news. Because there's like moving paintings.
A single sting causes dizziness and levitation.
All you have to do is follow these room of requirement, and I'll manage it from there. Of course.
And I love that the use of Pepper's Ghost for Dumbledore.
This is why if you are motion sick,
don't do it for Dumbledore and for
Lord, it was rough.
But I would, because you can do the castle walkthrough without having to do the ride.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say at least do that and go into the shop. Because like I say, the use of the moving pictures and everything, and seeing like the entrance to Dumbledore's office and all that good stuff.
I've just realised why it's so long. I'm gonna watch all that.
Is it going to show the entire?
Yeah.
And you know, stepping through the castle and suddenly you're faced with pretty well executed Pepper's Ghosts of Harry, Ron and Hermione, and they're like talking and all that. It really does bring it to life. So this is going to be live. No, because at late nights usually we're at a Disney park. And obviously the first time we went...
We're not going to watch the whole thing there because that's
quite
long.
Late nights we were at Horror Nights.
That is true.
And we were doing that.
That is true.
So, this has been...
There were a few rides that weren't on there, but the dragons weren't, or whatever's replaced it, Hagrid's thing.
Yeah, and Hagrid's magical motorbikes get rave reviews. It's always got massive queue times. There's the Hippogriff ride as well. But it just goes to show there is a lot to take in. There's a lot to do. You know, it is going to be a very immersive experience. It could be its own park. You could definitely do a full day split between. Well, if you've got a park to park ticket, which you do require to do the Hogwarts Express, you know, they do check that. But if you've got that, then you could spend, you know, half your day in Diagon Alley and take the Hogwarts Express over to Hogsmeade, you know, eating the 3 broomsticks for your meal and spend an entire day there doing the coasters and the shops and all of that thing. But it even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you would have to go out of your way to have a bad time in that area.
I can confirm.
You would have to deliberately.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan, and
want to hate it.
Had a good time there. It was fine. But
So,
I preferred it to be a Lord of the Rings area.
I mean, that would be awesome.
But it was not.
So, we hope you've enjoyed this stop of the hype train.
Choo choo.
If you have, leave a like and subscribe. Maybe tap that little bell looking icon to turn on the notifications. And keep an eye out for more videos.
Every 2 weeks.
Because with every stop of the hype train, we get closer and closer to stopping at the airport and getting on the plane for the takeover itself.
December.
So we're building the hype week by, well...
Fortnightly.
Fortnightly.
Fortnight by fortnight.
To really showcase what it had to offer last time we were there, primarily. A lot of our videos are 3 or 4 years old that we look at, so that we know the things it's talking about, and so we don't really ruin too much for us when we go to experience it. So, on that note, we will see you next time in another video.